Let's talk about data governance. That's actually not a topic that was high on my radar. And I tell you what actually changed my mind about it is AI. As we start using things like Microsoft Copilot and different things like that, one of the things they talk about is you need to have good data governance and data hygiene in your organization. Otherwise, you can end up overexposing data, pulling in data that is obsolete. So you might be making decisions on data that's not even good anymore. And you might end up inadvertently sharing something out in the wild to all your staff when they're doing their little Copilot queries that you didn't intend because you don't have the right controls over the data in your ecosystem. And I'm going to tell you, companies have so much data. We've got data here, data there, customer data, employee data, prospective people's data that we might be doing business with. Data is everywhere. And one of the things that companies are going to have to shift to is the concept of data governance. We're going to have to really put guardrails around our data, make sure we're classifying it correctly, make sure we're handling it correctly. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've created a file, even personal file, and I was just too lazy and I didn't want to fill out the metadata for it. Well, you know what? That metadata becomes really important when you're starting to use things like different AI tools, because that data actually helps identify, should I pull this in to this query? Should I pull this in as a result of this prompt, or should I exclude it? And also controls. Who can see what? What's locked down? What's classified? What's internal? What's highly classified? What needs to only be seen by your executives? What only needs to be seen by, certain people conducting certain roles? The whole concept of data governance, it's huge. And it's not something larger companies are even good at. And smaller companies, small and medium-sized businesses, are often not thinking about how much data they have within their ecosystem. And so we want to get to the point where we are actually treating data like it's not gold anymore, it's platinum. We need to treat data like it is one of our core assets of our business that needs to be protected. And the way you're going to do that is with data governance. So the resource that I have for you on that, again, I like Udemy when the classes are on sale. There is a data governance class on Udemy that I'm going to recommend that covers the whole life cycle of data. And yes, data has a life cycle. How you bring it in, how you handle it, and how you share it, how you archive it, and when it's time, how you delete it. And I'm going to say one more thing about data and deleting data. That's a new ISO control. There are companies, just like there are people, they never purge anything. I actually have my baby booties. Why am I holding on to them? They're just so precious. And my little white gloves from when I used to go to, Easter, and I still have those things. And while that's nice and that's going down memory lane, you don't want to do that with data. When data is no longer needed, it needs to be purged, and it needs to be purged securely. And so that's not going to happen if you don't have an inventory of where your data is and when it should be purged and who should have access to it. So this whole thing about data governance, go to Udemy and get that data governance course. It's probably about 20 hours. It's really worth understanding what the whole discipline of data governance is about. And then start small. You're not going to eat the elephant in one bite. Start small, but do get started. That's a good goal for 2025, to establish some level of data governance within your organization.
Time to level up. Level up.